Hi, it's Lel from Made by Marley and I'm a furniture artist.
Hi, it's Jayme from Made by Marley and I'm a designer.
And today we are going to be making wall art with our new decoupage and other things that we have just released. Watch on and see what we did. Okay, so we've both decided to do picture frames today, so a little bit of wall art. Wall art is good if you don't have space for furniture. So I am going to be using this lovely Diva with wings from the Spooktacular set on my frame. Jayme, what are you going to be using?
I'm going to be using Pattern Pop and Rose Swatch.
So what we're going to do first, just to kind of, because this could possibly potentially be quite time consuming, we're going to go off and we're going to paint just our frames. We're going to remove everything, paint our frames, sit them to the side, and then have our base down so we can start working on the art. Okay, so while our frames are drying, I'm going to put mine down first. So what I've decided to do with my vamp is to I just want to rip her out of here. So because like all Made by Marley paper, I'm ripping because I want to blend up to it. But if you're wanting straight lines and you're going up to like a cupboard's edge or whatever, then you would cut it with scissors. So there you go, not really much about putting at that. The coordinating paper I'm going to use is from Peace and Love. It's the one with the Buddha on it, but I just thought it really worked with this paper. But I'm not going to deal with that right now until I get this lovely lady on. So let's just kind of, where can we put that? I'll just stick her under there, that under there right now. So I want this. Now I'm going this straight on the back of the frame. I'm probably not going to put the glass back into mine. I don't know. I think Jamie's on the fence. I think she'll be putting the glass back into ours. So as per usual, when you're using the glue, you need to make sure that you put your glue on the surface first. Remember, you're more likely to get wrinkles if you haven't got glue on it. So you need to put it on first. Doesn't matter how it looks, and bigger than the section that you are going to apply, just so that you've got all those edges down. So get your glue on first. Yeah. And once your glue is on, then it's time to start very lightly, start getting rid of all the, if you leave all of these lines with glue, it'll affect your decoupage paper and you'll have those lines in your decoupage paper. So then it's time to just refine how your glue is behind your decoupage. Now I can see I've got too much glue there. I'm just going to move that up to the top because that is the secret. You need glue, but you don't need too much glue. So now I'm going to fix that again and just smooth that off lightly, just so that I don't have all those peaks and troughs in the glue. Right, okay, so as per usual, when you're putting Made by Marley paper down, you want to put your paper down. You want to start from the centre. You want to push out. You can use a soft cloth if you want, like that. And she is down. Now, I've said this until I'm blue in the face. Once it's down and smooth, she is done. You are going to get, because paper and water and moisture is going to bubble up. It will bubble up, but when it dries, it will stay this way. So the initial application is the important part, is to make sure that you don't get any wrinkles in it at all. So once I've done that, I am going to, because this has got quite defined sort of border shapes, I am going to take some of this and just rip straight down it, because I want these shapes here. Get rid of the white. And I don't want that sitting in my glue or it'll all stick together. Now, how you make your wall art is up to you, but we just want to show you, Jayme and I just want to show you things that you can actually do that would, that are quite, a little bit different. And, Jayme and I's, although we have quite similar tastes, Jayme's tastes are also different, which means it's a good thing, Jayme being involved with the business now, because it means you're getting something a little bit different, which is good. Isn't it, Jayme?
Yep.
She's sitting there very quiet.
Watching you work.
Yeah. Well, we've already had Mod Podge Gate. I can't find it anywhere. I've had everybody looking for it. I think Jayme's quite horrified at the hoarding that's been going on in here. At one point she said, "What's in that bag?" I went, "Oh, it's tin cans."
What's in that bag?
We don't talk about the bags.
Tin cans and lots of yogurt pots.
Yogurt pots are very handy because you can mix glue in them, or you can put gold in them, or I keep all receptacles. Everything gets sat in the drainer and brought out here. Sometimes the children try to catch me out and put it in the bin, especially Daisy. Daisy always tells me that I've got no need for taking that out to keep in it, but I ignore her. Now, I want one more sort of maybe here. Which strip am I quite like this purpley one? Put this one on. So I'm going to put this last strip on, and while I'm putting this last strip on here, I'll let Martin get over to Jayme and see what Jayme's up to.
Okay, so I prepped mine with a bit of cream behind because my plan is I'm doing a wee bit different from Lel.
You can call me mummy if you want.
Wasn't sure where to go with that. So I'm doing something a wee bit different. I'm wanting to actually keep my straight edges on my two pieces and then rip down the middle, and then I'm going to fill in the middle with painted florals, I think. But I'd like to leave a bigger band of cream down here because potentially we could do some lettering stamping. I'm not quite sure yet. So I've cut the edges off straight here, and I'm just going to do the same. I'm going to just any sort of organic shape. I'll keep this aside because I might want to stick some of this on somewhere.
Or you can use it as another project.
That's how you start hoarding.
I've got a bag. I've got bags full of that as well, and all the white bits that you cut off the edges. I've got a box of those because I'm going to make them into paper mache. It's just not happened yet, but it will. Look at us bossing it today, Dame. We're bossing it, aren't we, Omo?
That sounded almost sarcastic.
It is. He is sarcastic to us.
Let's have a look. Yeah, fab.
There you go, Dame.
Thank you.
There's a soft cloth if you so require it, but there's also a roller if you want to roll it. I don't roll it, but you know, the newfangled modern children maybe do.
Roller their Mod Podge.
Yeah, roller over the top of it. Have you not seen all the different things that we? But the thing is, they're using tissue Mod Podge, and ours is obviously more thicker and robust, and it's kind of developed so that it's easier to apply. But yeah, all sorts of things. I see people applying it with plastic bags because again, it's tissue paper. So. While this is happening, I wonder if I could find a palette knife. Oh, maybe not.
I'm just trying to make sure that I'm doing the same thing. I probably don't need as much glue out this far, but
yeah, it's always better to just go a wee bit over.
It's fine to have more. It's a pain to then try and add glue underneath because then that's how you end up with wrinkly bits.
We don't want wrinkles.
We don't want wrinkly bits.
We don't want wrinkles.
That is not what we aim for.
We don't want bumpy bits either. There's enough bumpy bits. Jayme was horrified this morning. I went to the charity shop. I said, sit in the kitchen. I'll be 5 minutes. Well, first of all, I went into the charity shop and I bought these picture frames. But while I was in there, they were selling a learn how to belly dance kit. So I bought that because I thought I had the credentials, you know, of a big belly. But seemingly you're actually quite, you know, thin if you're belly dancing. So I was like, oh, well, never mind. But it's got little bells and everything, so I'm going to have to buy myself a skirt. But the other thing that derailed me as well is there was this little deli that I had never been in, and I went into it just to get some basil. But while I was in there, I oohed and ahed over all these really nice things. So I ended up being in there. So an hour later, Jamie's still sitting at the kitchen table.
She comes in and she goes, look what I found. And I'm like, yeah, was that wasn't what you were sent off to go and require and get, but
no, I got waylaid in the deli.
I do like a nice special pasta though. There's something about a nice pasta, but then I always feel bad when I come to use it. I don't know if I maybe like the packaging more than I like actually using it. And I
like-
don't waste it on the kids.
No, no, it's adults only.
Yeah, I have
That's
to
why
wait
I
for...
bought it. I said to Dad, I said, we'll have this lovely pasta tonight, this homemade, handmade luxury pasta. And I'm going to make a sort of basil-y sauce, I think, with the fresh basil. Make my own sort of kind of pesto, taking pesto, I don't know. Although I don't have pine nuts, so I thought sunflower seeds might work.
Maybe I should have stayed for tea.
They have pine nuts in that shop.
I know, but I have a big bag of sunflower seeds I'm trying to use up. So, you know, it's good to kind of, you know, to do it.
There we go.
That's looking good, Dame. Right, Jayme. Sorry, better not call you Dame. Not call you Dame on camera.
Steady on.
Right, okay, so back to me. What am I going to do next? Well, I am going to be using our new lower stencil, which I'm just going to get out and show you. So it has this shape. I thought this kind of looked a little bit like fire. I mean, maybe not. So I've got this one, and the mandala. Now, I won't be using the mandala, but I think I might have a go at these. And I'm going to do a sort of raised stencil effect. So I'll just reach down here and get my all-purpose mixed filler. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? I've already left the scraper in from the last time. See the little treats that things give you. Now, am I going with it? I think I like this little one here. So I'm going to run this raised stencil up this gap here, I think, is my plan. And because I seem to be losing everything known to man today, I am going to be applying this with a ruler because I can't find anything else. I have multiple, and you know I've got every palette knife known to man, but today they're escaping me. I don't know where they are. So raised stencil, let's first of all get my work much closer to me, because hold it down and just very gently apply it over your stencil. That's top tip there. You know, you don't need too much for a raised stencil. I think that's what sometimes goes wrong with raised stencil, and people tend to try and apply too much into it, and it always ends up not working so well. Now, Made by Marley stencils are really, really good for raised stenciling, predominantly on furniture, but I'm not discriminating against doing things like art pieces, because not everybody, as I said at the beginning, has the room for large pieces of furniture. So I'm going to do that there. So once you've done that, give it one last scrape. Can I just say the ruler is working wonders here. And then you just gently peel that off, and you'll have this here, which will give us a really nice paint effect. This is a really nice stencil, this one. So, and I think I'm going to do, again, up near the top, along here, making sure that I don't squish it as I go, because, you know, I have the potential to squish. I think you get the gist of this raised stencil, and I'm also going to do a bit up that gap there. So I am going to get Martin to go back to Jayme and see what Jamie's up to. Jayme, what are you doing over there?
So I'm just trying to plan out what colours I'm going to go in with. So
Barcelona orange.
there we go. I don't know the names of the
I
colours
know
of
you
paint
don't.
just yet, but
Yeah, but you'll get
give me
there.
time.
Yeah. And Emperor Silk.
There we go.
I know them in my sleep.
Is there one called paprika? Because
Yeah.
I always feel like I hear about
Do you want
paprika.
paprika?
No, I'll be fine. I
Yeah.
need a little bit of a pot for some gold. Well, I've
Right.
got a little pot here.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
Right, okay. So Jamie's just adding our new gold into the pot, our Lel's Lusters, and you just need if you want it nice and rich, you just need a tiny little bit of liquid. Oh, the lid was off it, Jamie, sorry. That's me. Yeah, you'll get used to my little foibles.
I've had an explosion.
It's all right. It'll be fine. You just need a tiny little bit of fluid.
Oh, I think I've got just the right amount of...
Right. And you just mix it through and that makes your own gold.
I can see why everything's sparkly now.
Everything is sparkly because there's gold and everything. Jamie was asking me why there was like glittery light highlights in my water, and I said I paint.
It's so shiny.
I know it's just such a good halfway house to gold leaf.
So exciting.
Without the mess, because gold leaf can be messy, and you know if you don't have a mat and to tidy things up, well, what are you going to do?
Right, I'm just making sure I've not got any sticky bits. So I'm just going to be grabbing a few bits. I don't want gold everywhere. I just want it as a wee... I'm going to be painting over quite a bit of it, but I want it as kind of to shine through in certain areas. So I'll just do some little bits here and there. And then I can always add more on top if I'm wanting some more.
We can always mix more.
Exactly. Right, now I need my glue to dry a bit before I attempt to do the edges.
They'll go back down if you want to paint them, Jamie. I kind of always just a bit fly by the seat of my pants when it comes to things like that.
I'm definitely flying by the seat of my pants right now.
Ah, well, you know, sometimes these projects are the ones that we like the best.
It's just good for the soul, isn't it?
It is.
To just kind of throw things down and then
see if you like
you can
them.
make decisions as you go along.
Yeah, no, let's face it. We're not going to hide if we don't like it. We'll just paint over it and do something else. I mean, there's none of this. I think it's good mental health practice to just play around with things with no particular sort of idea of where it might be going. I built a career on that. Right.
Need a bit of this.
All you can probably hear is me all this scraping in the background.
I don't want the background that I'm painting in to be too dark because I'm going to want what I'm painting on top, more detailed stuff to show through, but I might have gone too dark. We'll see. We'll see.
I was lighting it up though.
That's the good thing about paint. You can just add some more layers on top.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about that off camera, weren't we? Right, that's the scraping finish. Sorry, people.
Right, now I need to do my... See where I'm at with that. I'm wanting straight lines.
Talk about masking tape.
There's glue, so, and it's not quite dry, so I just know that it's gonna pull the background up. So,
oh, you can fix it.
If you've got a nice flat brush like this,
you're probably much
you can
better than me.
Do a straight line fine. There we go. Grab that. And if it's not straight, it's fine because the background's painted cream, meaning that I can just go over it with the cream and straighten it up. I've taken that corner a bit low, but I think that was maybe the decoupage paper, so that's fine. I'll fix it after. Background.
We're going to dry these off and get Dad to come back.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so on my palette here I have Annie Sloan's Emperor Silk, Barcelona Orange, Oxford Navy, Tyrian Plum, Amsterdam Green, and I've got a little bit of it's just the sort of ochre coloured acrylic. It's just the same one I use all the time on my videos. So what I'm going to be doing first of all, I'm going to be blending. I'm not going to worry too much about these stencils at the moment. I just want to start kind of filling in the blanks. So I'm going to start with this sort of plummy colour and get some of this down here, with maybe some of this stipple through it for a little bit of something. I don't know what that something might be, but it's something along here. And then we're going to a sort of navy blue here, so I'm just going to kind of get my navy blue in there with a little bit of this sort of green around here, with some ochre over the top of that, and more ochre here. I think you understand the assignment. I am just blending out and getting organised to set up a sort of background. Now, while I do this, I'm going to hand you over to Jayme, and I will come back and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these stencils.
Okay, so I've put a little bit of tape up the top just in case we want to go over that and keep the edges nice and straight and clean. I don't have any. I'm going to start using some bog standard acrylic paints. I've got all the colours you'd probably need. I mean, pretty much as long as you've got your primary colours, you'll be fine. Although swatching out a more orangey red for a magenta will always get you a nice brighter colour and a larger spectrum of colours. I've got a little bit of texture paste as well, just in case we're wanting to bring some of that in. And we're going to just start, I think what we'll probably start doing is adding some big flower heads, the big pieces that I want in. And then once we've got that down, we'll start filling in the gaps with some small stems, and we'll see where it goes. But we're going to pick out some colours from in here and see where it goes. So right, so maybe I'm going to want space in here. I'm just kind of blocking it out so I know, right, roughly something's going in there. And in here. Those will be our two big ones. Okay. Now, everything's looking quite dark, and so we need something for a wee bit of contrast. So I'm probably going to go in with a lighter colour. Mix that in a wee bit with our pink. So start to do sort of the highlight on the petals. Now, flowers are never perfect, so we need some petals coming out onto the edges here. We'll go in for some shadows at some point, but just getting the rough shapes down. Using quite a big brush as well because I want it to be kind of quite loose. Not going to be spending loads and loads of time making it.
That's because we don't have loads and loads of time.
Well, we don't. I have almost been given a slight warning because I could sit for hours and hours and hours doing painting, but we don't have the time.
When it comes to Easter and it's our Easter egg competition, right? We usually spend about an hour or so painting eggs. Jayme could spend a whole day decorating her egg, and it's always really amazing. Whereas I tend not to get too much into the competition when it comes to Easter.
I do not. That is nonsense.
I don't.
We are all competitive, but may I say it's not us that's the most competitive.
Oh no, it isn't us.
It is the man behind the camera that is the most competitive.
Yeah.
If I don't say so myself, mine is always the best.
No, I don't think so. Nope, I'm not into that. Yeah. Yeah. Just let me know when you want to come pop over back to me, Deb, because
I'm just putting in some shadows. We're wanting to make sure we leave our nice decoupage. You can see there's a gold behind there, so that'll poke through a little bit. You can go over now, see what
Okay.
See what she's up to?
Okay.
Oh, well, mine's is not as classy, but I'm not classy. Right. Okay. So I've done all and filled all my edges in with my decoupage. Now what I need to work out, because I am going to run over the top of these to bring them out, but I need a sort of colour. So I think what I'm probably going to do is just water down my paint a little bit and just kind of go over them. I can see that needs to be a little bit redder. And just do the same kind of thing, because maybe some mustard here, actually, mocha. Just kind of do some darker shades here. Darker bits. But this part isn't really that complicated. It's just, I'm just kind of filling this all out so that it kind of works with the background, so that when I want to bring all this detail that I put on gold, I think I'm going to go over it with gold with our new lusters. So I'm thinking that, you know, I'm just going to kind of mingle these kinds of like the background. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly like the background. Just have a stab at it. I mean, mine isn't going to be like that. It's just going to be what it is, kind of thing. So they can see that there's some orange here. I've still got green in my brush. I'm not washing my brush at all when I'm doing this, so I might have to come back over with this and maybe some orange to bring that out there. And it's going into the sort of darker reds, then some of the navy, and we're just kind of going right over the top of these. Jayme, are you ready to come back, or do you want me to hang around with them here?
Yep, you can come back to me.
Do you know, we're being very professional today. That's because I'm on my best behaviour.
I don't know why.
No, I
Seen
don't.
it all.
I don't know why either. If anybody knows that I haven't got best behaviour, it's you.
I'm just trying to work out. I want to get some leaves in. I'm just trying to work out what kind of colours. I really like these yellowy, but it's definitely more of a yellowy green, I think, that we need. I probably don't want it quite as bright as that. We'll add in a little bit of this purple here. Bring it down. That will do. Right, where am I putting these? Thinking some in here. Keeping it very loose. You don't have to be accurate or get worried
It can be
about.
a suggestion, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I quite often say to them. I say it's just a suggestion.
We don't do these things to get ourselves worked up about, oh, did I put that in the right place, or is that perfect? It's about how you feel while you're doing it.
That's exactly right. You are my kiddie. Sorry. But it's true. I mean, I don't see the point of embarking on something that makes you feel stressed. It's supposed to be enjoyable. You know, you're supposed to enjoy it. And I like to enjoy it. I like to embrace it all. All of it. Every bit. Even the stuff I've got hidden in bags. Right.
There we go. Thinking we need a wee bit more. Something to go in with this one, I think.
Coughing?
No. Where am I going next?
You want to come back to me, or you've got things to impart?
Oh, you can go back to you.
I think probably this will be the last time you'll be coming back to me before I let this dry. I'll just flip this back around and you can see where I'm at. So all I've done is just picked out the detail. I'm kind of going over it, making even more texture, just making sure that I'm kind of happy with where I'm at, you know, to give a sort of because I quite like that navy line there. Up here, I'm going to have to wash my brush because I do want to make sure that I've got those flames. So let's just kind of run up this with this. And I might put some acrylic on this just to make a brighter sort of flame orange with the reds, because, you know, sometimes they're much brighter, a little bit more pigmented. So, but you can see what I'm doing. Just I want to kind of bring that down there a little bit, making sure that I've got some red in my palette. And a little bit darker here. Like that. Some red up in here. I think once you've kind of got in and around your texture, you can then add things that you think you might like, because I know for a fact that I'd like a little bit more, and I'm going to use a palette knife for this. Some more of this ochre, so I'm just going to bring some of that down there, because I think it makes it look like it's intentional that you've got texture on it. It is an art piece we're doing, so we do want texture. I love texture on the things. Do you, Jayme?
Yeah.
I love texture in my paint, and I like the feeling of things as well. So I mean,
it's one of the nice things about getting to actually sit down and do, you know, some physical painting. Like personally, spending a lot of my time at a computer.
Yeah.
Like you can make beautiful things, but there's something really special about running your hands over something you've made and having that, you know, that feeling.
Keep rubbing that texture. Yeah. My palette knife. Right. I think at this stage, I have to kind of make sure that I'm not, because it's not solidly dry, that I'm not pulling that white back off the texture, which just happened there. So I'm just going to fix that and let that dry. I'm going to make sure that this is all solidly dry before I come back, and then we'll get on to the next part. Jayme, what about you? Where are you?
I am adding in, I'm now looking at the piece and working out what colours have I not brought in from the decoupage papers, and how can I add those in. So now I'm getting really loose, and I think just little dabs here and there, layered up, you can build around your big flowers, and it gives the idea that, you know, there could be
a different flower behind there. Yeah.
It's very colourful.
That's good. That's what we're about here, Made by Marley.
Yeah, it's doing something.
So, do you think that you could possibly do the rest off camera? Yeah. You imparted all your wisdom?
I think really all that's left to do is just to pick out some little bits in it, like for example this area here, where you might want to add a darker colour to make those kind of pop out a bit, maybe some darker colours in between here. But yeah, I think the rest of it's just the final wee bits left.
Right, we'll be back in a bit once these have been dried and Jayme finishes our shadowing. Okay, so it's all dry now, and it's still got texture on, and we're going to come back and do something with the texture. But before that, I want to have some typography on this. So I'm going to write the word vamp, and I've kind of did it in pencil, but I don't know if you can see it because I can hardly see it, but it's just kind of roughly we're doing it. So I'm not going to make it my life's work here, because I mean, I'm leaving that to Jayme. No. And I'm just using black chalk paint for that, because I think, Jayme, are you going to be using black acrylic?
I am.
Right. So I think I want it kind of uneven. Like that. Down a bit. Now, if you don't want to type, if you don't want to hand paint words or letters, any sort of typography onto this, you can use stamps and stencils to do the same thing. I just happened to do this because I knew it was going to be really uneven. If it was something that I was wanting straight, there's no way I'd be trying to paint it in, because you know I'm not good with the straight. It would end up very wonky. So I am going to get on and paint my words vamp across here while you go to Jayme, because she's got quite a lot of painting. She was looking for a head start, you see.
Not much, not a lot of painting, but it probably will take me a wee while. So to finish off the kind of Polaroid-esque art print, you know, you normally have the traditional white round and then the thick bit at the bottom normally has a wee bit of text, whether it's the print's name or the print's number. So I think with all the colour going on here and it's quite ornate, I'm going to try and attempt to do like a wee bit more, and I'm going to utter a bad word here, but a modern, kind of harsh font at the bottom just to bring it all together. So,
not bohemian.
Well, there's bohemian going on.
I know there is. I'm only pulling your leg. I'm pulling on your leg.
I've been cheeky and put a wee bit of masking tape just to make my life a wee bit easier. But you could use stamps for this. However, funnily enough, we don't have any modern blocky font stamps.
I do have modern blocky stencils somewhere, Jayme, but I'd have to go and you've already seen what it's like. Yeah. I mean, they're probably under my bed or, you know, in the glove compartment in the car. Who knows?
You never know when you're going to need a...
You never know when a craft moment might come upon you.
I haven't quite got to the crafting in my bed stage yet.
Oh, I do it all the time. Don't I, Mary? Yeah. I wake up and I woke up yesterday morning and there was a tube of, there was glue, scissors, pieces of clay. Yeah. And I've got watercolours under the bed right now.
Watercolours?
Well, yeah, just in case I decide to paint something. You know, you never know where it might lead.
Sometimes she wakes up in the middle of the night and decides that she's going to craft. And then she falls asleep.
It's in the bed.
I wake up to a bed full of wool and bits of things. And
you've become part of the project in your sleep.
I reach around in the dark and I'm like, what the heck? What is that?
Yeah, I know that. It's just sometimes I then, after embarking on said project, I realise it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I better go to bed.
Oh, I don't know how you could do it. I like my sleep too much.
But see, I love to craft. I
love to craft, but I love to sleep.
I do like to sleep. I just, unfortunately, it's not something that
comes easy.
It's not something that comes easy to me, no.
Too many ideas bouncing about your head.
Too many things. Me? Yeah, I'm just mixing up a little bit of my...
Yeah.
Okay.
While my vamp is drying, I thought I would just get ahead of the game here and just mix up a little bit of my Lel's Lusters, and I've just put the pigment in and I'm just adding a little bit of Liquitex, but you can also use any top coat sealer. You can put this in wax. You can stick your finger in your wax, stick your finger in your pigment, rub it across. You can add it to...
I mixed some in my acrylic as well, just to give like a slight shimmer to some of the other colours, and it worked really well.
I mean, I think that's the thing. You can add it to like have a shiny top varnish. You can add it to your paint, and Jamie's just saying out your acrylic. So, you know, it's quite a product that you can really play around with. You could put it into resin if you wanted to resin things. Dust it over resin, dust it over molds, and I'm about to put it over texture. So, you know, I mean, you can do what you like with it. Now, so I have got that mixed up nicely. If you want a very antique washed out gold, then put more Liquitex or top coat sealer into it. If you're looking for something bright, you know, with the sort of kind of near the qualities of like what you would want from gold leaf, then just a tiny, tiny little amount of liquid will make it nice and thick and bougie. So I am just going to be anywhere where I had my my stencil, I'm just going to go over it. And I sometimes think using your finger is probably the best thing that you can do. You could try it with a palette knife and do all these other things, but a finger always makes finger always makes things. It's just right, yeah. So I'm going to pass over to Jayme now. Jayme, what are you doing over there?
I am doing the same thing I was doing, but I'm making my way over to the other side now.
All right, okay.
And then I'm going to pray to the masking tape gods.
Oh,
That,
yeah, I know.
so I might need to do some wee fixes,
Wee touches
but that's
up.
fine.
I mean, we all need to do the little fixes. I quite like showing the boo-boos. That's how I roll on this channel. There's a lot of them.
Oops.
Whoopsie. I'll get to that. I'll fix that in a minute. That's always what I say. I will fix that. Well, you've seen my channel, Jayme. You know me in real life.
As a human being.
Yeah, you actually know me. So, I mean, you know the kind of, yeah. I just think the gold's adding something here. It's giving. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to...
You're making the work environment very shiggly.
So, oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry. Right, I'll try and rub my gold
I'm almost done.
over very... Am I still sugaring the table?
No, you're good now.
Okay.
Just over exuberant gold.
I know, well, Lel's lusters. I want them in their full splendour. Now, obviously, this didn't need this sort of Indian pattern over the top of it, but you know, I cannot help it. I can't help it. I can't help layering up Indian sort of vibe things, even if they don't go. And I think they do. So, yeah, I don't think you can have too much of this kind of bad boy. Right, okay.
Oh. So far, okay. A little bit of bleeding, but nothing major. A little bit of messiness, but nothing that can't be fixed relatively.
Me I haven't got very keen eyesight, and from here I go, oh, that looks fine. Yeah. Sometimes I paint things without my glasses and I go, perfect. I put my glasses on and go, I haven't even hit the spot. I'm nowhere near it. Yeah, that says something. Right, okay, I'm just going to flip this round, and I think because I've got a tiny little mount left in here, yeah, and because I can.
Really waiting to dry.
Jayme, are you talking to yourself over there?
I am. The gold and the texture looks good.
It does, yeah. There was a little bit left, and I just don't want to waste it, so I'm just kind of putting it around the edges. Now, once the vamp is dried, I want to kind of make it look like there's a sort of detail around the vamp, and I think it's nearly dry. So let's go back to that. I am thinking probably a sort of red, maybe. Let me just get a sort of kind of drippy, messy colours, maybe even sort of more the sort of flames. I don't know. I haven't really, I'm not explaining this well. Are you laughing at that, Jimmy? My paint's quite watery because I quite like a little bit of a dribble. Are you just waiting on that drying? Or is that you done?
I don't know if I want to add anything else to it.
Sometimes you don't need to.
Sometimes.
But don't say less is more.
Yes.
You'll get fired. I'll fire you for that.
No. We started off, bringing someone new with a different...
Yes, yeah, and we were saying how good it would be to be different. Okay, but please
Is
don't...
that a step too far?
Yeah, don't utter the words in my presence.
family affair.
Right. I am nearly finished as well. Now we will, I don't know, I don't think Jamie's doing this, but I think I'm going to be dry brushing over my frame, which I painted black. I think I'm going to be dry brushing over it. But I think now what I might do is, I might be quite cheeky and dry brush over it with maybe not gold. I'm going to go gold crazy.
It's hard when to know when to stop with the gold, because I was looking at mine going, do I want gold inside those letters? And then I was like, maybe not, maybe.
See, when I think, oh, it's hard to know when to stop, I go,
do it.
I go,
She does.
I go, oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to do that.
Yes. Should I or shouldn't I moment?
And then I go,
Yes,
right,
I will.
I will. Yeah. It's well
It
known.
normally works out.
No, I think trying to make
Very different styles.
yes,
Very different.
because I've explained I'm not classy. I'm not a classy lady. Yeah, I think I want some. I feel some of that red in here. Oh, see, this is what I mean.
I'm enjoying your typography.
Do you like that?
Yeah. And I like the red coming down.
I'm going about to put a wee bit of orange in there because I can't stop. Yeah, it might not be. No, it's not the right colour. Have you got an orange acrylic?
I do have an orange acrylic, but it's nuclear.
Oh no, that's fine because look, it's quite nuclear up there as well. Oh, you've never even used it. You need it
for
for
orange.
You need it for pumpkin season, Jamie. Oh, Jamie, I'm sorry, I'm ruining your. Jamie brought her own acrylics. I felt snubbed, but I didn't say at the time. I was like, oh, okay, fine. And her own paint brushes. I was like, oh, she means business.
Well, I didn't know what we were going to be getting up to, so I thought,
I'll bring my own.
Bring my stuff.
Right. I think I'm happy with this, right? I need to go and look at my frame and decide whether I am going to, I might have to come back and just show you what I'm doing with my frame. I know Jamie's just keeping hers the way it is, so, but I want to obviously overgild the lily on the frame as well, so I'll be coming back to do that. I'll be 1 minute. Okay, so we're finished. What did I do? I put my decoupage paper down. I then did a raised stencil with one of our new stencils, which is called Lower. And then what I did was I added all my different blending in between. I then came back, I put some typography on it. I put the word vamp, and then I brushed over the gold over the top, and I kept my frame black at the end. I was going to come back and do a whole load of things, but I think the black in here and the black outside works nice. So this is my piece of wall art. Jamie?
So I primed the board with a nice cream colour, keep it nice and clean, and then I used Pattern Pop and Rose Swatch for both the corners so I could get my straight lines. Then I did some loose florals, and lastly finished it off with a bit of bold black typography, and I've got a nice sort of turquoise frame that I think goes with some of the colours in the decoupage paper.
There you go, heard it here first. Okay, so it'll be back to probably just me next week. If you've enjoyed having Jamie with us, then just leave us a message and we'll see what we can do. Just let us know and we'll make her come. Martin, do you have anything to say about today's joy?
I love them both.
Brilliant. Okay, that's great. So Matty and I will see you next Sunday. If you've liked this video, give us a like, give us a share, give us a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.
Bye.